Hello again, this is Desiree, and as always, I'm here to guide you, heart, mind, and soul, so you can heal your breakup and create a new life that you will love. Now, today we're going to be talking about that awful feeling you get when you've been dumped after you've been in a marriage or long-term relationship, and somewhere swimming around in all those waters of emotional chaos, you develop the idea that his life, for whatever reason you imagine, is going to be so much better than yours. That he's going to experience all the pleasure and you're going to be lumped with all the pain. Now, this is toxic, toxic thinking. And if you choose to believe it, you could literally destroy yourself and the potential of where your future is trying to lead you, because this is an illusion. And this illusion comes about because by the very nature of being dumped, you automatically assume that you're no longer good enough. Now, if this is where you're at, I'm here to snap you out of this way of thinking right now, because the deeper you fall into it, the harder it's going to be for you to find your way back to the truth, which is that neither of you is going to experience more pain or more pleasure than the other in the long run, no matter how it looks or seems to you right now. Now I can almost hear you wanting to scream the words, but he left me for another woman. Or he took another job and doesn't want me to be a part of his life anymore. So how can what you're suggesting be true in any universe? Okay, I hear you. So let's talk this through and see if we can get to a higher ground hopefully by the end of this video. So the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is to take any anger you may be feeling about all the personal sacrifices you made for the relationship and just put them aside for the moment, okay? Just leave them over there for now and we'll cycle back to them by the time we finish this video. So now I'd like to introduce you to the Wheel of Life. And for those of you who are not familiar with what the Wheel of Life is, it's basically an illustration that incorporates each of the different facets or petals that make up every person's life. Now, this includes your physical vitality, your mental treasure chest, your spiritual connection, your financial assets, your career path, your intimate relationships, and your social network, also your personal growth. Now, each of us holds varying degrees of power in each of these areas, and the amount of power we hold in an area is directly proportionate to how much time, energy, and effort we've invested into building up that area. And what I really, really want every one of you gorgeous women to know is that the secret to a happy and fulfilled life is to breathe love into and nurture every one of these areas, because it's when we ignore or delegate these areas that we leave them weak and vulnerable. And we open the door to being overpowered by people and outside influences that will leave us feeling disempowered and cause us also to make disempowered choices for our lives. Now, the energy available throughout this wheel is always conserved. That means that it's finite. We only have so much time and energy available to us in any given day to invest into our areas of choice. And when we overinvest into only one or two areas, that leaves other areas depleted. So let's get back to your ex now and take a look at his wheel of life through the lens of what it is he chose to leave you for. Another woman? Okay, so he just ramped up the energetic investment in his intimate relationships area. But if we look ahead a little into the medium term, how will this impact some of the other areas of his wheel of life? His career, his finances, his family, his social life, and even his inner life, how he feels about himself. And what's that really going to cost him? This is where we start to see that all that glitters definitely ain't gold. Ladies, I wish I could show you the lives of the many women I've worked with who have been in this exact situation, feeling broken because they're fantasizing their ex's future and comparing all the pain they're feeling by contrast. But then only to realize a year or two down the line that their exes are actually downright miserable. Some of them have even wanted to return to the relationship or commented on what a mistake they made. And then, not much later than that, these women actually discover in utter amazement that it's their own lives that have actually taken a turn for the better. Now, I'm going to stop here for a second and emphasize that sharing this information with you is not intended to lead you down a path of vengeance. And it's also not an exercise that I'd like you to dwell on too much. Okay? Please do not be tempted to call up your ex and hurl any new insights you've just gained at him in an attempt to get him back, get even, or even just feel better about yourself because of what you think he's done, because that's really going to backfire on you and it's going to cancel out all the good work you've just done completely. Please use this exercise with reverence. It's intended to gift you the opportunity to raise your awareness so that you can experience the relief of a more balanced perspective in a way that's going to powerfully contribute to your healing. Now, the good news is that you can flip the context of this exercise and apply it to your own life too. Now that your ex has left you, look at your wheel of life and see where you're leaking energy, maybe where your energy is more depleted, but also take a good look at the other areas that now have the opportunity to be infused with new energy so that they can spring to life. And don't be afraid. Pain and pleasure always remain balanced on a continuum, one way or another. So you're not going to suffer nearly as much as you fear you are. And there's going to be so much pleasure along the way too, even if you just can't see it yet. Just trust that. Okay, now let's get back to all those sacrifices you made, the ones I asked you to put aside at the beginning of this video. Let's bring them back into the equation now, okay? I know why you're angry, because I've been exactly where you are now. I've been in your shoes. You gave so much, and you often put your dreams, your own interests, your own needs, and your goals on the back burner to serve your partner, your relationships, and your family. And now he's putting his needs and his interests first in the most devastating way imaginable. You think you're angry with him, but when you start to peel away enough of the layers, trust me, you're going to see that you're really more angry with yourself. I understand how this feels, and I want you to know that there's only one way around this moving forward now, and that's to start fully committing to yourself. Your life, your interests, regardless of whether you're sharing your life with someone else or not. Start filling up your own cup first. And not in a way that's selfish, but in a way that's self-full. Otherwise, you're empty inside, and then what do you really have to give? And don't worry about the judgments of others when you start doing this. Honestly, the greatest compliment you can receive for someone is for someone to be saying about you, oh, look at her, she's so full of herself. Well, I want to be full of myself. I want to be self-full. And I hope you do too, because then I know that we both truly have something valuable and beautiful to share with those around us. This is your invitation to answer the call to living a more self-loving and self-fulfilled life. And to teach your children to do the same, because they're not going to treat themselves like you tell them to. They're going to treat themselves like you treat yourself. Now, for more information about how the Wheel of Life and other practical techniques and exercises can help you heal your breakup and become the woman you've always wanted to be, here it is. My book, Invisible Goddess, Step Out from the Shadows and Shine. It's available on Amazon and also on my website, and it really is a one-stop haven of support and guidance. This is your opportunity to heal and to create a new path right now. This is the moment of choice to allow yourself to create the life of your dreams. And I really, really hope you're going to take it with both hands and say thank you. Because the world really needs that beautiful, radiant light that only you can shine. Until next time.